Hi, my name is Mia and I'm the founder of Luna Mia, this channel you're visiting right now. I'm an intuitive MoonStrologer, so I combine Moonology with astrology aspects, but I focus mainly on the moon. I'm fascinated with the moon since I was a child, and now I use it as a cosmic timer. It keeps me accountable. When I follow the moon phases, I have phases where I let go of things, and then also where I set new goals for the months ahead or even for the year ahead. This has changed my life, and I have developed such a passion and love for it that I want to share that with you. On top of all that, I will have a channeled message for you from Luna for each specific lunation phase. So if you are keen to learn more about the moon and you want to follow the moon phases and change your life, please stay tuned, watch the videos, learn and enjoy. Welcome to a social finale of 2021. We are almost there, end of the year, and we have a full moon coming up in Gemini. So Gemini is an air sign, which means things can move fast. Yeah, like the air flow through just like an airflow. Wind directions can change easily and quickly as well. So things may change very quickly, but also a lot of things can happen at the same time. So Geminis are known to be a very social, chatty, witty sign. They also like to be stimulated. They need to be stimulated with their mind, and they want to use their intelligence. So that's something they have this hunger or thirst to just stimulate their mind most of the time. They can become, or they can come across a little bit indecisive. Yeah, you know, Geminis are the twins. They have the two heads, two faces. You have probably heard of those expressions before. So they are a little bit indecisive, and therefore they can also become sometimes a little bit moody as well. So full moons always shine light to the dark corners, which is no scary thing at all, because it is rather an illuminating moment. It is more a chance for us to actually dive deeper into our soul, to get to know us better on a deeper level, and that is not scary at all. If anything, it is a beautiful journey to get to know parts of us we haven't seen yet. And the full moons are a really, really great chance to let things go we may no longer want, so we can make space for what we truly need as well. I always mention that around the full moon, it's all about letting go, and it is just a great time to do forgiveness work, which I have already talked about in my previous videos as well. And if you do forgiveness work, if you let go, make sure you fill the space with gratitude, with things you're grateful for right now in your life, because when we are on a frequency of gratitude, we will just attract more of that. So everything that is going on within us right now will be washed to the surface during the full moon phase. Yeah, there is no hiding. So whatever comes through, let it flow and let it go. Tune in with your feelings, acknowledge your emotions that come up. Don't judge them. Don't try to suppress them, deny them, or ignore them. Every emotion has a purpose, and our emotions indicate where we may have lost connection to our soul. Okay, if you break out in tears one day, that is simply could be a sign you have been too strong for a long time, and that you actually just need to let go and need to allow yourself to show weakness or vulnerability. Let's put it like this. These could be signs, or other emotions come through. They're just indicating what we have ignored for a while, and they're beautiful as well. Emotions are beautiful. So this is one of the privileges we have as human beings, that we actually can feel, and we are so emotional. We just have to turn it to our advantage. So if you look at the traits of the Gemini, what I mentioned before, that they are witty and chatty and social, and they're very adaptable. They're an air sign. They basically changes come quick, but also they can be indecisive. Can you relate to any of these traits at the moment, or do you think you would like to have some of those traits of the Gemini? Maybe some of you think they need to be more adaptable to change because they cannot cope with change so good. And yeah, just reflect on these things and see what comes through for you. This could be just a tip. Or maybe you have discovered some of those traits in your life and you think you are indecisive all the time. You want to change that. You want to let this go. Okay, so you can reflect it either way. Throughout the full moon, we learn to let go. And my favorite analogy for that is the hot balloon. So the higher we want to rise, the more we need to let go. Yeah. So the hot balloon needs to become lighter so it can just rise higher. This is just a very simple analogy, but this is how I always remind myself when I do my forgiveness work and when I write my list of the things that I want to let go of throughout the full moon phase. So because we all carry baggage within us that we actually no longer need, we just need to really be honest with ourselves and just make the intention to let it go. So what I have really mentioned at the beginning of the video is this is a very dominant phase around communication, because the Gemini rules third house in astrology, which is about communication. Could be also related to our siblings and neighbors. These are topics that may come through. And when it comes to communication, the first question you need to ask yourself is, are you communicating transparently and authentically with yourself? Are you honest with yourself? Because if you are honest with yourself, then you can be honest with others. It's always a mirror reflection. So really start to ask yourself the questions that you need to ask yourself, like really be honest. So there's no hiding, right? The only person you're hiding from is from yourself, or the only person you're lying to is to yourself. So this is a very important part when it comes to communication. Then when you can be very authentic and honest with yourself, you can then reflect that into your relationships. That's also very important with the upcoming festive season. So really speak your mind, but also from your heart, and create boundaries. Yeah, with loved ones, with family, if things getting too much. So really express yourself what you really truly need. This is a very important phase, and things may really show up and come to the surface throughout this phase as well. This is always a healing and a learning for all of us, and it happens step by step. So the healing journey you have taken, or you are taking, it's a long journey, and it's a never-ending journey. So also reflect during this time how far you have come already and what you have learned throughout the past year. And always be reminded that, and it's something I need to learn to understand, is you have to do the healing on your own. Nobody can do it for you, but you don't have to do it alone. So you can do it alongside with others. You can do it together. But the actual work is what you have to do, or we all have to do by ourselves. We have to do it. Nobody else can do it. And that's a very good reminder for this message. And the message from Luna that I channeled is, when we focus on gratitude, there is no space for negative energy. So if we are in the frequency of gratitude, if we feel blessed, we cannot feel scarcity or any fear at the same time. Both frequencies cannot exist at the same time. So this is something to be reminded of. And the moon affirmation that may help you throughout this time is, I'm healing and allow my soul all the time it needs. So really, really take your time with the healing process. Healing takes time, and it takes as long as it needs. So sometimes we like to control things with our mind, or most of the time we do. But just let it happen. Take your time. Let it happen step by step, layer by layer. Okay, there is no rush. I hope that you guys will have an amazing full moon, the last one for this year, for 2021. Make the most of it. Do whatever you need to do whatever you feel called to do. And I cannot wait to talk to you next week in the last video for 2021. I hope you also get into your festive season and to the moods and the harmony and everything, and surround yourself with your loved ones. I hope you can share your light, your love, and have fun and joy as well. And I hope that you all are well. And thank you so much for tuning in again. If you want to like this video, it would be great. If you want to know more about what's coming up with the moon or within the moon space, just subscribe, and I will talk to you next week.